So we are learning again about trauma, that trauma is a complex thing and it could be intergenerational and it could transmit for generations to come. So it's very important when we approach the topic of trauma and dementia risk to think of both qualitative and quantitative research. And that's what we're trying to do in our research program here. So part of our studies are showing the exact elements qualitatively of trauma that are associated with increased risk of dementia or perceived increased risk of dementia. Like I said, living in man-made institutions that we're creating right now, such as refugee camps, detention centers, and other immigration centers that we are creating all over the world to put people and live in them as institutions, is really bad for their cognitive health and their cognitive reserve. So we really must think creatively as policymakers, as different people that are working in the field, as public health practitioners, to think of how can we deal with the root causes of forced migration rather than putting people in camps or in these institutions. The next thing I want people to be on the look for is our study in Jordan, which is really the largest study of quantitative study of what is happening to refugees' brains. And this is an epidemiological study, meaning that we are collecting a lot of data on mental health, on migration history, on trauma, whether it's sexual trauma, physical trauma, emotional, verbal trauma, and our outcome would be cognitive health. However, in the future, we're really hoping to expand this into studying biomarkers, for example, and trying to get some biological data from these refugees. So we are now currently creating these trusting relationship with the refugee community and hoping for more research and researchers to really jump in and help us, because, you know, it's a really tremendous effort, and we're hoping that many people would be interested in these findings.